What's going on, y'all? Hey, we're gonna start posting here on YouTube a little bit more now. Earlier today, I was actually going through my phone and I found a video that I've actually filmed a year ago, well, a little bit over a year ago, just talking about different things like my early life and what kind of kid I was to who I am now, and everything in between. It's even got how I got my nickname in that video, and like the start of music, like everything from whenever I wrote and recorded my first song to where I was at that point a year ago. And so much stuff has happened since then. I mean, you could definitely tell the video was filmed a year ago because of the way that I was talking, to the camera. But I'm going to go ahead and drop that video after I get done with this one, and y'all can check it out. But we're definitely going to start posting a lot more on YouTube. My buddy that I actually refer to, my buddy Hunter that I refer to in this video you're about to see, he was actually out of the country in the military at the time, but he's coming home next month. So depending on what he wants to do, I want to start filming some, some crazy videos with him, get involved with some, vlogging and stuff like that. So if y'all want to see that, definitely let me know. But check out this video. And I just want to say real quick, the amount of support that I have, received here lately, especially with the announcement of the Riverbend album and, all the videos that I've been posting, the posts that I've been making, y'all been liking, commenting, and everything like that. I just cannot express to you how much that means to me, y'all. So, keep rocking with me, keep supporting, and we're going to see where this shit takes us. But y'all enjoy this video. I'm going to start it right now. Peace. What up, Pig Squad? It's KornBread. I just got off work, and I was thinking today at work, I was thinking about more things that I could do, like more social media wise, and it came to me. I was like, man, I've always wanted to start making YouTube videos, you know what I mean? And not only that, is that I want to start documenting like this journey that I'm on now, you know what I mean? I've always wanted to start making YouTube videos, and whenever I started making music, I'm like, man, this is a platform I could start doing this on. But, I was never really comfortable in front of the camera enough to go and do that. But like now, whenever I am talking to a camera, it feels like I'm talking to everybody. I feel like I'm talking to you guys specifically, not just to my phone and shit. But that's just how I feel about it now. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna start doing that. So that is one thing that I've wanted to do for a long time that I'm gonna start doing, documenting this journey and my life and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. But you can't really document something without going to the very beginning. And I feel like with me wanting to be an influencer or somebody that someone can look up to, I can't do that unless you guys see more of myself and know that it's not just music, because it is way more than music, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to start documenting my life and this journey that we're going on. And with this video today, we're going to take it all the way back to where it started. Like, I'm talking way before the nickname, way before anything. I'm talking about as a little kid. We're going to take it back to there. Okay, so growing up as a kid, I love sports. I always play sports. I played basketball, baseball whenever I was little, and then in middle school started playing football. And, just as a young kid, we would always meet up and we go play basketball. We'd throw the football around. We'd play baseball in the backyard, or, go ride a bike. And man, I remember that was one of the biggest things I used to get in trouble for as a kid, was riding my bike too far. And I can't remember how many times my dad would be coming home from work, and me and my buddies would be halfway, like across town damn near, and he would make me come all the way back and write on a piece of paper, like notebook paper, front to back, I will not ride my bike that far again. And every single line I would have to write that. But yeah, man, we was some hell-raising little hood rats is what we was. I'd ride my bike all the way from one side of town to my buddy's house, which was on the other side of town, which is like in a little it wasn't a subdivision, because you think about subdivisions, you think of like nice houses and stuff like that. Well, it wasn't that. It was like a way you go in, and there was cul-de-sacs on each end, and like train tracks and woods. That's where we hung out most of the time. That was my buddy Hunter's house. We call him Slick, but that's where we hung out most of the time. We would be back there building forts in the woods. Hell, we'd take the BB guns and we'd go and try to just see what we could shoot, set up cans, and we start shooting cans or whatever. But back in them woods back there, there was some homeless people that lived back there, so we always had to keep watch for them. But yeah, I remember the old forts in the woods and the running from the cops across the train tracks and stuff like that. That was the fun part, you know, back then. Whenever we could, you know, we knew we could get in trouble, but we wouldn't, you know, get arrested for the stuff we was doing. Because I mean, it was city property. We was trespassing like hell, but you know, that's the times you look back on whenever you was a kid. It ain't like it is now, you know. I mean, I go do some stupid shit like that nowadays. I'm getting arrested. I'm going to jail. But back then, you just got told to go home. But yeah, that's the part whenever I was a little kid, you know, just going and doing that kind of stuff. And as I got older, you know, sports started getting more heavy. It wasn't just a couple nights out of the week. It was almost every weekend, practice every day and stuff. Sorry for the noise, y'all. It's raining outside and I'm in the truck. But yeah, you know, the sports got more heavy and it required a lot more time. And my mom, you know, she had no problem going and sitting on the bleachers and watching us playing sports and stuff. And my dad, I mean, he liked going too, but he would much rather be doing stuff like camping and fishing trips and stuff like that, you know, riding go-karts and doing things like that. And, you know, that's where my mom and dad had, you know, disagreements on, you know, what we should be doing in the summertime when we wasn't at school 5 days a week and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we own property out in Sullivan, Missouri, and shout out to all my Sullivan people. I know y'all follow me on YouTube and follow me on Facebook, but yeah, that's where we wanted to be, you know. I mean, looking back on it now, I wish we would have went out there a lot more, but we still got our fix as young kids, you know, going out there riding go-karts and having airsoft fights in the woods and stuff like that. But yeah, that's really middle school, and then you move on to high school, and that's when it starts kind of getting a little more serious, you know what I mean? You get older, and you kind of get a good idea of the person that you will be when you get older and become an adult. I mean, at least I did anyways, you know. I always loved doing welding and woodworking and stuff like that, those kind of classes. And that's what, I mean, look at me now. I mean, I work in a shop, and that's what I've been doing since I've graduated. You know, that's just, it really sets a pace on what you can be as an adult when you get older, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, in high school, we was just kind of the same deal with as whenever we was kids. You know, we just had a lot more to our disposal. You know, we had cars now. You know, we had some money because we had them cars to do our little side jobs that we was doing, whether it be mowing grass, shoveling snow, doing whatever. But we just would, like, you know, we was grown. Like, we thought we was grown, but we wasn't like adults yet. So I mean, we still had all the time we wanted to, you know, go fishing, go hunting, go do a lot more stupid shit. Let me know if you guys want a video on the top 5 craziest experience I've had with me and my buddies in high school, because that would be a video that I want to make. That's probably gonna be the next one coming. But yeah, in high school we was just, I don't know, we was hell on wheels. You know, that was back when we had nothing but time. You know, I mean, sports was a big thing still, but you know, we had a lot more time and had a lot more places we could go, a lot more things to do, new friends and stuff like that. But that was pretty much high school. You know, I'll get into more of my young adult days whenever, like high school days, in another video, because that's going to be an entertaining video to make. Maybe I might get my buddy in there one time, but yeah, that was high school, you know. Not really much about that. But, you know, whenever you get older, you know, you get a job, and this is where the name KornBread came in. Because as soon as I graduated high school, I went to work in the Alton Home Depot. And I was working there, and there was a guy by the name of Dale. We worked in the paint department together. You know, all these other dudes would come in, and they would be wearing, you know, it's a department store. You know, you don't want to be wearing jeans and boots every day, but that's what I wore. You know, I wore jeans and boots and some shirt with the American flag on it or whatever. And he gave everybody nicknames. His was OBG. It was the old bald guy. That was his name. And I was like, man, Dale, I want a nickname. You know, I want a nickname. You know, give me one. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna have to think about it. So he thought about it a couple of days later. He was like, I got your nickname for you. I was like, what is it? He was like, KornBread. I said, why KornBread? He goes, because, he goes, you know, you're a country ass dude. I know, you know, the stories we've talked about, and just, I could tell by looking at you, you know. And I was like, hell yeah, I like that name. So I stuck with it. nicknames have always been a big part of my life because ever since I was little, my dad has rode with motorcycle clubs, and with motorcycle clubs, everybody has a nickname. So, from a young age, we was always giving each other nicknames. Mine was Big Country, as a young kid growing up. And now I know a dude who's Big Country as an adult. That's his nickname. Shout out Big Country. But, mine was Big Country back then. My buddy Hunter, his is Slick. My brother, he's got one, we call him Dirty. My buddy Mark, his nickname's Barrel. Everybody's got nicknames. And I don't know, I just kind of embraced mine. Everybody calls me KornBread, and they called me KornBread before I started making music, But that's, whenever it came time to pick a stage name, that was the perfect one. But, that's all for that, really. And then after I started working there, I was working in a fabric machine shop. COVID hit, I got laid off. But then I started going down working with my dad. Well, that was in a diesel mechanic shop. And, EMD engines, like barge motors and train motors and stuff like that. Like big engines, like bigger than the truck I'm sitting in right now. But we would just, we'd be down there, we'd just be cracking jokes all day long. Well, music was a big thing. Music has always been a big thing for me. I grew up listening to people like 3 6 Mafia, Tupac, stuff like that, like older rap. Of course I like the newer stuff, but growing up, I really liked the older stuff, And we would always be listening to that because that's what a lot of guys in the shop listen to, like older rap, like, not really older, like the older Jay-Z and stuff like that. I'd be listening to like Nipsey Hussle. That gives me an older vibe, But I always liked Upchurch and Adam Calhoun, Struggle Jennings, Jelly Roll. That's the kind of stuff I listened to. So I was riding home one day, I was working late, and I'm like, it can't be that hard to write a song. So I was in my Beat 2000 GMC Sierra, just riding home. It was dark outside. I threw a beat on. I'm like, man, this is a beat I like, Ended up going home, writing a song, all in the same night, recorded it, hung Apple earbuds through a hook in my room above my dresser, plugged my phone in, started spitting, and then I just literally put those vocals on top of the beat that I had recorded on my phone. And that's the producing that I did on the first one. I actually kept that stuff all on my, on this channel. So if you want to ever, jeez, man, we're just going to do this. But if you ever want to go back and look at some of the older stuff that I, like my original stuff, that's like the first songs I've ever recorded. That's the quality. That's why it's so shitty, because that's that's what I had to do. And I always wanted to keep those on there just because that's where I started. And I'm never going to take those off. Those will always be on there just as a reminder of like when I first started. That's kind of why I want to document my life, because looking back years from now, if I was to make it and blow up, I want to remember these times whenever I was broke. I didn't have much. I got a decent amount, but not as much that I feel. I feel like I should have more. I feel like everybody feels that way, that they should have more, or that what they've been doing for so long should pay off at some point. And for me, that's work. I feel like I should have saved more money and be able to have more things to show for what I've, worked for. But getting back to the music stuff, I was writing, I made the song, I sent it to my buddy, sent it to my dad. I thought it sucked. They were like, yo, man, you need to put this out. And I'm like, all right, so I released it, and I started making more. And they were like, hell yeah. Well, for Christmas that year, my dad had got me he got me a gift certificate for some studio time down in Alton. That's where I met my producer, Caleb. And I ain't worked with nobody else since, I'm not opposed to it, but just Caleb, he knows my vibe, and, he's a good producer. But, and then I just put out some more songs, started doing some shows, and that's really all it took, is to get out there, start doing some shows, and then you start meeting more people. And when you meet more people, you feel, I don't really know how to put this, but you feel like you are getting out there. And by getting out there, I mean like branching out and doing what you're supposed to do as an artist, networking, social networking with people, and kind of getting to know where they come from and like what kind of person they are. And that's what I love about it, because I've been to, of course I've done shows in Illinois, shows in Missouri, Louisiana, Indiana. You know, I've been, in all the states in between, you know, just meeting people at a gas pump and talking to them for a minute, you know. That's what I love about it. You know, you get to meet more people. But yeah, the rest is history. What I'm doing right now, you know, I'm just making music. I write music almost every day, whether I like it or not. I just always put something down on a pen and paper. I work every day. Kick it on the weekends. That's really what I'm doing now. You know, just hunting, fishing. We're not fishing right now because it's cold, but I don't know. I'm doing me right now. You know, I'm making music, of course. I'm never gonna stop doing that. Just working, really. You know, hang out with my friends and shit like that. But yeah, I'm gonna make another video here soon. The next couple of days, going over like the most funniest, craziest. I got a couple good ones. I'm gonna go over some stories with y'all and share them and make a video about it, just so y'all can kind of get the gist of the kind of shit we used to get into back in the day. But I'm gonna get my buddies on there, and maybe I could do a like Skype call with my buddy who's in Lithuania right now, is in the army. But yeah, we'll put something together. I'll get y'all a video about some crazy stories. But for now, just be on the lookout for that. Some more music coming. I'm working on an album right now. I don't know when it'll be done. I'm still writing for it. But just know that this one's gonna be a banger, because I don't know, I've been dabbling into some different kind of music other than rap. I'm dabbling into country music, little country/rap songs, you know, a little bit of country singing, a little bit of rap. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And yeah, y'all, that's all I got for you. Hope y'all are having a good week. Hope y'all having a good day. If there's any other videos, ideas y'all want to see, hit me up in the comments. I'll definitely look at them, and you guys let me know what you want to see from here on out. You know, it's my first little talking video that I'm actually like getting into my past and who I am as a person. So let me know what y'all want to see, and we'll definitely make it happen. But other than that, y'all have a good day. Peace.